Hey guys, welcome to Ultimate Survival Tips and episode number 18 in our Survival Quick Tips training series. I'm David. Today we're going to break down an important topic that none of us really wants to think about, but must. It's worst case threats like nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare, and how to prepare for and survive them. But before we get into this, make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos in this training series. And for more free tips, training, MSK1 knife, and everyday carry gear giveaways, go check out ultimatesurvivaltips.com. All right, let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Survival Quick Tips, which is part of the Tiny Survival Guide learning system and our full Tiny Survival Masterclass online training that is right now available over at tinysurvivalmasterclass.com.
In this segment, what David and I will be doing is taking a few minutes to break down a vital emergency preparedness or survival topic that is found in our Tiny Survival Guide. And along the way, we'll share a few action steps that you can put into practice today.
Okay, everyone. So we're going to be referencing section R in the Tiny Survival Guide, which is worst case threats, as we take you through 7 ways to prepare for CBRN. And don't worry, we'll cover what that is in a moment. Mass destruction or worst case scenario events. Let's get started. All right, Craig, so to start, I just want to say that no one wants to believe that a weapon of mass destruction would be used in our lifetime, or that an unintentional worst case threat could happen that could alter our way of life moving forward. We all want peace and normalcy, right? But something happened in 2020 that I think maybe was a warning shot to wake us all up. Moving forward, it might have been a great grace to humanity and all of us to wake us up to the fragility of peace and normalcy in our culture. But, Craig, do you think we would be foolish to just ignore all this and just want everything to go back to normal? Or do you think that would be helpful for us to take everything that we were through and went through in 2020 and put that into practice here?
Well, that's kind of a two-pronged question. Yeah, I would love it if it went back to normal.
Yeah.
But secondly, I don't think that we'll ever go back to normal. So whatever normal is, the new normal, if you will, I think is going to have us better prepared. I think the place that we were in pre-COVID and the things that have come with the election and pre-COVID or COVID and all the things that have gone along with those have prepared us to be better prepared. As one of my writer friends who writes disaster readiness books said today on social media, if everything that's happened this year has not taught you that you need to be better prepared, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to understand we need to be better prepared.
All right, so as we get into this content, let's get on the same page and discuss this term CBRN. So when I was in the Marine Corps and spent some time in the U.S. Army way back in the day, we called this NBC. So that stood for nuclear, biological, and chemical threats, but today we're using CBRN. So CBRN stands for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear threats. Do you want to get a little bit into each one of what each one of these are?
Well, it's worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile to consider because think about chemical threats. Chemical threats can happen with a tractor trailer driving down the road that wrecks, or a train that goes off the tracks and dumps chemicals into our water sources. Those don't necessarily have to be some crazy prepper, North Korea drops a bomb on us or something. Biological, here it is, you all. We're kind of looking at it right now with COVID. We've been dealing with this viral contamination of ourselves. What happens if that viral contamination were to get into pets or get into our water source? If some sort of biological agent, whether it was man-made or natural or created in a lab or wherever, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever it is, it could easily get into different aspects of our lives very quickly. Radiological is anything like a dirty bomb or a nuclear threat. We've talked about this for decades now, between countries due to the Cold War, and there's rogue agents that may be in possession of nuclear agents and utilizing those against the United States. Nuclear and thermonuclear weapons, they go right along together with one another. These are just things that we need to be aware of, that people would love to take down the United States of America. For those of us that are here, we need to be very much necessarily prepared in case any of these things were to happen.
All right, so let's get into and discuss and talk through some points on how we can prepare. So the first item we have on our outline list is accept.
Yeah, the first thing is to just recognize that it could happen. We need to accept the fact that this is a possibility. If we leave these out there somewhere as if they couldn't happen, then we're not going to be prepared at all.
Yeah, we don't want to put our head in the sand, especially after all that we've been through and the state of the world at large. Next keyword is realize.
I think this goes to a lot of different aspects of the way we live our lives. Those of us who have a faith-based background or understanding of how to guide ourselves, we know that there is other power that is in control of who it is and what it is that we do. Therefore, we need to be cognizant of that and be okay with that. I've had that discussion in the past week with several close friends and family, knowing that no matter what happens with the election, we're going to be okay. I mean, there's things in control and people in control, and God is in control of that situation, and we're going to be better off no matter what happens.
Our next keyword is take.
You really, really need to understand that we all need to take responsibility for our own action and prepare and protect and preserve yourself, those that you care about, those that you love, and just be cognizant that it is you that is coming. Law enforcement is minutes away when seconds matter. Not to mean that they're bad people. They're not at all. I'm a big fan of law enforcement. However, when you need them, they are minutes away when seconds matter.
Okay, next keyword is mindset, Craig.
Bulletproof your mind, everybody. There's a lot of things that you need to do to be able to do that. You need to know how to work through stress, and stress can be, and we talked about this in the Tiny Survival Masterclass in depth. There's a lot of things in mindset development that are key. Stress yourself through things like exercise. Working through a puzzle that, hey, I can't work through this puzzle. I'm just giving you some really easy examples of things that you can do now where your mind will get stressed, but you don't stop. You don't give up. You just get it done, whatever it is, and that'll help you be ready for the next thing that comes down the pike that you have difficulty working through with your mindset.
Next up is skills.
Skills. Mindset, skills, tactics, and gear is where we're going with this, you all. It's the 4 puzzle pieces of what I call survival, the 4 puzzle pieces of survival. These are throughout the Tiny Survival Guide, so you'll be seeing that, and it's easy to pick each and every one of these skills out so that you know what things that, hey, I can do this, or no, I can't do that, and you know what to work on. You can utilize that as a checklist of your skills, not just your gear, too. Tactics is really interesting discussion. It's a word, in my opinion, that means how basically you're going to work with others to come to a strategic end together. Think about how you're going to work with others, have a plan, work with them, make sure you communicate effectively, without a doubt.
And then last but not least is gear.
So be ready for that, guys. We're going to be doing some very detailed videography of some gear and how we take a look at survival. And the beautiful thing is David has a different life than I do, lives in a different part of the country, so he has to be prepared differently than I do, although fundamentally we're the same. So you'll get an opportunity to look at a couple different perspectives on gear, and that way we are going to set you up for success to make the best decisions for you and your gear.
So in the Tiny Survival Guide, we've got a CBRN basic kit in section R. Okay, everyone, we are out of time again for the Survival Quick Tip segment, but in a moment, Craig and I are going to continue our conversation with some bonus content for our Tiny Survival Masterclass students. That's going to include 3 vital preparations you need to make now to survive a worst case threat.
All right, everybody. So get into the tinysurvivalmasterclass.com. That's got all this useful content that we put together and worked for quite a long time on, and been developing, in my mind, at least for decades now, to put really good, concise information together for you so that you know what to do and be able to handle yourself for vital survival. It's very simple. It's a complete emergency and disaster preparedness course that takes less than 4 hours to go through. Think about it. That's less than a couple of flicks on Netflix. How easy is that? You can dramatically improve your skills, your safety, your security, your overall emergency preparedness, all of it from the comfort of your home. Watch it on a iPad, watch it on your phone, watch it on the computer, whatever works for you. We've got it set so you can easily do this from home. Don't forget, look in the section below for the link for tinysurvivalmasterclass.com. All right, everybody, don't forget to subscribe wherever you're listening or viewing or listening to this fantastic content that we're throwing at you. We appreciate you for it. Share it with other people. Hashtag HBO. Help a brother out. Do it to it, Johnny Pruitt. Pass it on. We want you to share as much of this free information as you can. That way, more people around us are prepared and you feel good about yourself. I get to feel good about myself. And that way we continue to help our fellow man. I think that's it, everybody. Until next time, keep it simple, be positive, and stay sharp.
For your convenience, I've placed links to everything mentioned in the video description. Make sure you smash that like button and click the bell icon to get notified when we post new survival and preparedness content. To support this channel and encourage us to continue to create new videos and sweet, innovative new gear, go check out our new line of MSK1 knives and EDC gear over at ultimatesurvivaltips.com. And last but not least, don't forget to go check out our 5-star rated podcast, The Survival Show, on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Okay, this is David. I hope to see you on the other side. And remember, be prepared because you never know.